the October 17th, 2025 meeting of the Acushnet Public Library Board of Trustees. We are being audio taped and videotaped. We do have a quorum. First item on the agenda today is the Secretary's report of September 12th. Does anyone have any clarifications or questions on those minutes? No? Okay. Need a motion.
Motion to accept the minutes.
A second.
All in favor? Aye, thank you.
Abstain.
The budget.
All right. Not much news to report with the budget. I will say our salaries are on par. We're about a little bit halfway through the first quarter of this fiscal year. And under operating, our energy bill for September was not available yet. And then I purchased some office supplies. In office supplies, there was some water, some odds and ends. And then in children's supplies, I purchased items for upcoming programs, and that includes some stickers and some bookmarks. The biggest change in the operating budget would be under material, where I put $6,000 into Hoopla. As you know, Hoopla is we pay per a borrow, but it gets used quite frequently. So that $6,000 now puts us over a little bit over 50% spent in the material line. That's it for the budget. Any questions about anything on the budget?
I have a question
Yes.
about Hoopla.
Yes.
A few months ago, we were concerned about losing funding for that. It was one of the cuts on the federal level. Did that come to pass?
So the cuts for the federal level was state-run databases.
Mhm.
So it wasn't Hoopla. Hoopla,
Okay.
we pay, so libraries subscribe to Hoopla. So not all libraries in the network subscribe to Hoopla. So we do.
Right.
But the federal cuts was databases. Comcat was on the table. Right now, it's safe.
So we're
And
okay with
we are, absolutely. I will say, regarding, so I don't know if you, in the news, Baker and Taylor, which is a really popular company who publishes or ships books, owns a lot of database materials and so forth related to libraries. They are no longer existing. So the software that we use to process state aid is from Baker and Taylor.
Oh.
So now there's a big question mark when we do state aid next year, what is going to happen, what are we going to use? And regarding to state aid, the workers who process state aid are federally funded. So that's always a big question mark of what's happening on the federal level.
That's not just this library, that would be every library.
Every
Yeah.
time. So the state, MBLC will have to look at what software or how we're going to report our data for state aid next year.
Okay.
But right now, we're all set, submitted it, and we should hear shortly about the awards for that.
Does anyone else have any questions on the budget? We can get a motion.
Motion to accept the budget.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Next, we have old business, building maintenance projects.
This is just an update on items that I've spoken about in previous meetings. So this, last month, our trees were trimmed, so Matt came with a chainsaw that was extended. I was able to trim both trees that are on our on our lawn on the north. Those trees were reaching the building, reaching the roof, and dislodged one of the leaf guards. So they were able to trim it, took away all of the material, all of the debris, and they were able to replace the leaf guard that came off of our roof. So everything looks great. The leaves are falling right now. So cleanup will happen after, which leads me to the second topic of this, which would be the Boy Scouts. So I reached out to the Boy Scouts again. They were here last year doing a cleanup. They had mentioned about mulch, and I reached out. They are interested in doing it. I tentatively have a date of November 15th for them to come and do a cleanup. The last Friends meeting, I mentioned the mulch. So the Friends agreed to purchase mulch. I believe it'll be coming from Roseland. I just gotta notify the Friends when the Boy Scouts are coming so Roseland can deliver the mulch.
Oh, that's great.
Absolutely. So we'll have some fresh mulch out there, and hopefully that will, in the spring, in the summer of next year, will tap down those weeds and keep things a little bit neater. But I figured we'll wait for the cleanup because those leaves, they just fall. You clean it, they fall, and we'll just wait till the end and
Good thinking.
Yes. And right now there is a beautiful display in our front that the Friends did of there's pumpkins, some gourds, and a hay barrel, and it looks really nice, with the little mums that came out from the previous years. So it's not horrible looking. It's just, it will be cleaned up next month. So that's it for the building, which I'm happy. There's no plumbing issues.
Have you heard about the invoice that you're trying to get for the dehumidifiers?
So
Nothing on
I
that.
gave up on them. I have 2 other companies. I'm just waiting till I come back to do that.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. I was just curious.
Yeah.
So is it, we're getting another company to do the dehumidifiers?
Well, I'm gonna have another company give me another quote because.
So they needed a 50% deposit,
Yeah,
right, to do the work. But in order for the town to pay the deposit, they need an invoice. And
Okay.
so Elizabeth's trying to explain to them, hey, listen, we have no problem paying you, but in order for the town to pay you, I need you to give me an invoice
and
for the
they were
50%.
They were reluctant to do
and
that.
they can't.
And
Right.
the assistant accountant and she emailed and called and there wasn't.
Any
I'm like,
response?
you know what?
Right, we
I'm
can't-
not
can't
chasing
get-
people.
No.
So
No.
we're just looking at an alternative.
Yeah, and there's 2 companies that I found that do that type of project. So when I come back, I will reach out to them.
To get quotes
Yes.
from them and see.
And I mean, right now it's winter, so I know there's no humidity or it's not insane downstairs
Right, right.
because it's not the summer.
Right.
So one is working, so we're not completely without a dehumidifier. It's just the other one is
Right.
not working. So it's urgent, but it's not like I have to
Critical.
have it done
Right.
now.
Okay, I was just curious.
Oh, yep.
All right, anybody have any other building questions?
No.
No? Okay, then we'll move on to new business, which
Oh,
is, the incident on the back lawn.
Yes, so I am just going to make this brief and just let everyone be aware what happened on our back lawn on a Sunday. So I came in on Monday, I was wheeling down the trash barrels and I'm looking at our fence and I'm like, our fence looks horrible. What happened? It was like toppled over and it looked like something backed into it. So I went to go look at our security cameras, so I'm watching security cameras, watching movement, and there on Sunday, there was a truck that was on our lawn riding around next to the pavilion, which that's a big red flag to me, that's a no-no. So I wanted more visual of the back lawn. Unfortunately, our camera is just a certain area. So I do know that the town, the police department has cameras elsewhere outside. So I reached out to the PD. So long story short, a detective came and he said what he saw was there were people there were 2 trucks that had ATVs on the back They unloaded the ATVs, somehow took the fence down and went for a little ride on the fields. Which, by the way, are not ours, they're not town property, they are private property. So the fence was, I know our fence it's aesthetically pleasing, it's not meant to, you know, to deter anyone from coming in or out, but there was clearly damage. So the detective asked what I would like to do. I'm like, well, I don't want to press charges. I just want I want the people to be aware who did this, that is private property. Please don't destroy our property. And that was that. I haven't heard back. So the fence was fixed. Matt came, fixed it the day after. Then it fell again. But the ground was so wet because of the rain we had. So he came in following day and put reinforcements in the back of the fence. So now there's actually a piece of wood there and then something to do with the post that's in the ground. So it's back to normal right now. So that I just wanted the trustees to be aware of that situation. It was, you know, taken care of. I just want to put it on camera that, you know, that is not our property or the town's property. You know.
Please don't ride on our lawn.
Exactly, that too.
Yeah. Why not just drive around the fence?
And there is an opening on the side, but you know what people do on private property, if they get permission, fine, but don't access it through our lawn.
Yeah.
And take down the
And
fence.
take down our fence on top of everything. I mean, that fence is fragile, you know, and all I could lift the wood that was going across. It was very, very light and very dense. It's because it's, you know, it's not pressure treated. It's just a fence.
Right.
So yes. Any questions about that incident?
Nope. Anybody else have any questions?
No?
All right, we have the Narcan and CPR training.
So on last week, staff members who, I mentioned this at the previous meeting, staff members who were interested in learning how to administer Narcan were trained on how to administer Narcan. There were 5 of us who are trained. Wonderful collaboration. So the Southeastern Massachusetts Public Health Collaboration came in, trained staff. It literally took 15 minutes to learn how to do it. And what happened is the mention of an AED machine. So the Southeastern Massachusetts Public Health Collaboration has AED machines that could be potentially put into this building. What is required of us is at least 3 staff in the building have to be trained on how to use it. I am trained how to use it, so I put a call out to see who would be interested in learning how to do CPR and also to learn to use an AED machine.
What does that machine do?
It shocks your heart.
Oh, okay.
Defibrillator.
A defibrillator.
Defibrillator.
Okay.
I have, I think, 6 people who are interested.
Oh, that's great.
So
That's
this
terrific.
The more
machine
the better.
costs thousands of dollars.
Mm-hmm.
This would be something free for us. All that we would have to pay for is their card that you're Heart Safe Savvy. So I think she said it was $20. There is an education line in our budget that I haven't even used
Mm-hmm.
For
That's great.
3 years, so I'm thinking that could be used for that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not gonna, so the AED machine would be somewhere in the library, visible. I don't know where we put it yet, but we also received a Narcan box that has, it's just like a lock box, but it's not locked. It's a metal box that has Narcan in there. a mask, if you were to do CPR, and it sits there. What I will also put in there, so last week, Acushnet at Party Ways building through the Southeastern Public Health Collaboration had a free training on Stop the Bleed. I went to it. So I got a tourniquet and learned how to, God forbid someone's bleeding
Wow.
profusely,
Mhm.
It's crazy that we have to think about these things, but I received the kit. They were super helpful, and it's something that we could put in that area wherever we decide to do. I don't even know if it has to be public facing or it could be in the staff locker room,
Right.
but when it comes time to receiving it, we can decide that.
Mhm.
So it was very informative, and I don't know where the closest AED machine is in town. Maybe the school has one. I don't even know if the police department has one.
I'm not sure.
Yeah,
I guess they should.
yeah,
We
I know
have
there's
one.
none in the fire station.
no. So, which is,
That's great.
yeah,
Although they have them on the
Ambulance,
ambulance.
I
Yeah.
assume.
That makes sense, yeah.
so some part, like in Fairhaven, I believe Cushman Park has one. Some park.
I know Pope Park has one.
No,
They have 2 or 3. I think.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
I would guess all the schools have them, yeah.
So,
I believe the Fabian family donated them to Pope Park.
Excellent.
Actually, that's a
Mhm.
good thought there. So I mean, there's not really a vote for this. I just, if there was any feedback or hesitation on like, why do we need that? Just let me know. But otherwise I'm gonna go ahead and plan,
Sounds great.
reach out to the nurses to figure out training. Because training is about 3 hours, but you could do the videos online and then do the physical training in person. But,
What about the, I know that the device itself does not expire, but I do know that the batteries do, and I know that the pads do. So, are they gonna be, I mean, I know they're providing the
Yes.
device, but
Yes.
that may be something that, like,
Okay,
are they gonna
yes.
continue?
Okay.
Yeah, and I wanna say
I'm
it's like a
looking at
2
it.
years
Okay.
on the pads,
okay, I
and
was
2 years on the.
Okay.
I know that at Pope at the end of the season,
Yes.
right, when they're done playing fall ball, the fire department takes them
Yes.
and services them and then keeps them, and
Okay.
then when the baseball season resumes again, they come back out.
Okay.
But I mean, I don't know
I-
what they do or if that's something that
They probably test it, to be honest.
Well, I would think that they right. I
Not someone, but
right. But I mean, I don't know, what
Okay.
that entails. I don't know if
Okay.
there's any money involved. I
Okay.
don't know what the
so that would be questions I would have to ask the nurses and
right
after, depending on what
Right.
they say, the fire department.
exactly.
Okay.
Or maybe they service them. Who knows? Once a year, maybe, or 2 every so often.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And then usually the certification expires too.
Yes,
like
every 2 years.
Yeah, so
Yep.
that might be in
Mhm.
conjunction with the unit
Mhm.
that something might.
Okay. Okay. That will be something I will, when I write my email to the.
Right, just to ask, just to see.
I think that's great that so much of the staff is interested.
Absolutely.
I know.
Fantastic.
The more the better. Well, especially too where you don't have we don't have 10 people here 9 to 5, so it's not gonna I mean, this is like this covers more of an area of the hours that we're open too, just in case. I mean, what happens if 3 people or the 3 people trained aren't even here?
I know.
Now you've got more of a
Training spread out.
right, more of a training spread out, and then who knows? The people that aren't interested right now might become interested or not.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's great.
And it's wonderful that there are these programs essentially free. Even the Stop the Bleed was, it was it was for anyone,
Mhm.
absolutely anyone. It had nothing to do with, me working at the library, me working for the town. It was for the public, and you walked away with a kit, with a tourniquet and instructions and pads and things, and you could leave it in your car, like, crazy things happen, and
Yes,
to
they do.
have that knowledge of like, okay, at least I know if someone is bleeding, how to stop, or not, stop it until help arrives.
Right. Which is
And
good.
I don't know if they had a good turnout. It was the first one there. I was like, I'm here for the tournament. But it's
I can share a
Good.
story. When we had dances here at the center,
yes.
we had a little boy, I don't know how old he was, but the dances were for 6th, 7th, and 8th graders.
Yes.
He was sitting in a chair and he just leaned back and just tapped his head.
Oh.
However, he had been in an accident prior to coming to the
Oh no.
dance. He had had his head stitched. So when he did that, he
Oh,
brought the
gosh.
stitches,
Oh.
and I can tell you there was blood everywhere. None of us knew what the problem was. Fortunately, one of our volunteers
Mhm.
was an emergency room nurse.
Oh wow.
And
That was
he
lucky.
just went right into action and, took care of it.
Yeah.
We had the ambulance
Yeah.
here shortly.
Yep.
But that's the kind of thing you
Yeah.
don't expect.
No,
when,
not at all.
when you say who's
Not
going to
at all.
bleed in a
Yeah,
library,
right.
well,
No,
that
I
same
know,
thing
you
could have
don't.
happened here.
That's right.
Anything, and
Right.
it's better to be prepared. Even I hope we
Exactly.
never, ever have to use any of these things, but at least as a peace of mind that I know it's there. I know we're not far from the fire and the police department, but time is of the essence when there's a medical emergency.
Mhm.
You know?
Absolutely.
Good.
Yes. So.
Good job.
Anybody have any other questions or comments on that?
No?
All right, then we're moving on to the director's report.
So the director's report, I just want to make note, we've been a little bit short-staffed the past month and a half, but that staff member came back yesterday, so we're thrilled to be at a full-level staff. Staff are, these months, it kind of gets busy, gets slow, gets busy, gets slow, so staff are doing a huge weeding project of our DVDs. So our DVDs take up the wall towards the back of the building, and space gets tight. And we're a small library, so space gets tight very quickly. So they are weeding it. They pull anything that hasn't gone out in a certain amount of years, or the condition looks icky. I determine if I want to get rid of it, and then we've been doing that when it gets quieter during the days. I applied to 6 local cultural grants. Today's actually the last day, but I submitted them about 3 weeks ago. Not to toot my own horn here. So we'll hear from them usually around December to see what gets approved. Our story time. So since fall story time started, we have been receiving between 24 to about 18 patrons for just story time.
Wow, that's
So
great.
it's been really well received. A lot of new faces, some regulars, but Storytime has been taking off. And considering school started, but the little ones who are not in school, it gives parents a place to come and listen to a story, some music. I think there's dancing involved, and a wonderful craft. And then I just want to say that I will be away I'll be on vacation from October 25th through to November 8th. So I won't have access to email so if there's anything urgent, I will, Sandra will be here. She will be in charge of my absence. Jen will also be back up for any of those. Hopefully there's nothing.
I'm hoping.
So yeah, that's pretty much it for the director's report. I will talk about upcoming programs. So for the rest, this Saturday there is a drop-in Halloween craft where they're making It's these really cool paper lanterns, and we bought a bunch of tea lights, not actual candle, they're battery operated lights. And we'll provide some candy and some juice, some snacks. I think Lori will have music going. And then on October 25th, we have a Lego Club on Saturday. Our Lego Club's the last Lego Club we had, I think we had about 14 people.
Wow.
Yes.
That's even
Absolutely. And then coming into November, we have, this was just booked, we have a program, it's a documentary film. The Women of Truth and Courage, the widowers of, I'm going to butcher this, but Kalalangri? It's a film and discussion about widowers who were basically shunned from their society. It was shown at the New Bedford Film Festival, which I think takes place at the Wheeling Museum. That happened in April of this year. So the Friends are sponsoring this event. And that will take place on November 17th at 2 p.m. And that's basically it. The newsletter will go out for November, maybe on the 29th or the 30th. So there'll be more items in there. Any questions about the director's report or events or programs coming up?
No, but enjoy your vacation.
Thank you.
Exactly.
Thank you.
Does anybody have anything else about anything else? All right, then our next meeting will be Thursday, November 20th at 12:30. And we just need a motion.
Motion to adjourn.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. This October 17th, 2025 meeting of the Acushnet Public Library Board of Trustees is officially adjourned. It is 12:30. Thank you.